What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is March the 1st. I want to give you a quick pre-market update and go over some of the hot movers that you need to know and watch for. Before I get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off today, there isn't any hot data that is coming out. So it is just going to rely on technical, similar to what happened at the very beginning of the week. So of course, that could really help the AI sector and many others. Aside from that, though, you also do see the fear and greed index still relatively high at 79. So the market will naturally propel a lot of stocks higher. So that again could really help a lot of growth stocks, even though a lot of the stocks I'm going to be talking on oddly are selling off and have a significant amount of volume. So I'm going to break that down for you in a second. But as far as futures, it's kind of flip-flopping. So like I said, I think it's just going to be dependent on the data and what analysts are now saying and trying to digest about the recent PCE numbers. But getting right into some good old stocks, SOFI. So it is up slightly, no news, no SEC filings. And when it comes to shorts, they are returning about 27,000 shares. 17.27% of the free float is being shorted, and that works out to be 157.66 million shares overall are being shorted. Moving on, if you are looking at trading SOFI though, I've done a video yesterday saying that $9 is going to be a very strong resistance level, and market makers won't want SOFI to close above $9 because that means a lot of those options that just popped up at the $9 strike price will have to get exercised, meaning they'll have to buy it on the open market. So they probably will rather suppress it through shorting. So you'll see a lot of resistance at $9. Hopefully I'm wrong and it closes significantly higher from that. Aside from that though, it's going to be the same support and resistance points as it has been over the last week. This stock right here, so ticker is MINM. It is at 45.58%. This is what they do. So you can always pause it, read through it, do what you need to do. But there oddly has been no news, no SEC filings to justify this uptrend. And plus, to make things weirder, it's actually not heavily shorted. So only 1.13% of the free float is being shorted. So in reality, why is it going up? It could be anyone's guess. But essentially though, there has been one or two stocks every week that's been selected, I don't know by who, and they just squeeze. And obviously last week was SoundHound, and this week must be this. So maybe this might be the next big stock to potentially get in, unless the news has not been announced. But as you can kind of see, there has been no news. The last news was on November the 30th. And as far as SEC filings, last one was on February the 21st. So it's kind of radio silent. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. But if you are looking at trading this company though, with it at $6.25, it is between this R1 and this R2. So $5.49 is going to be the next strong support. And then 648, which I do believe it did touch as well, but 648 is going to be the next strong resistance. So kind of just take a mental note of that. But SoundHound, that one is down 18.87%. They did have relatively bad earnings yesterday. And so this is one of those hype stocks that went from about $1.72 to yesterday, I think it had an all-time high of $7.91. As far as shorts, they are increasing 153,000 shares. 16.9% of the free float is being shorted, still in the threshold list, and 35.59 million shares overall are being shorted. And you can kind of even see how just shorts have just massively doubled down on SoundHound over the last little bit. If you're looking at trading this with it at $5.95, it is between this S2 and this S1. So $6 will be a very strong resistance, and then vice versa, $5.78 is going to be that next strong support. Moving on though, so this one is ticker GIA. This one's down 61.21%. This is what they do. So again, just pause it, read through it. It is based out of the States. And the reason why this is going down, it looks like after hours yesterday, they announced the closing date for business combination with QT Imaging. So I'm not really sure the basis of this. I see a significant amount of volume is being traded so far pre-market. It's not heavily shorted, so only 0.27% of the free float is being shorted. And with it going down as much as it has, just the technicals aren't really going to be any help. So it's going to be more so the whole numbers, so around $4.50 and $5, and conveniently it is down at that $4.50 mark. So that clearly is a very strong support. So we'll just have to wait and see. So if you are looking at trading this, you could stand to make some money. Just do a little bit more additional DD to see what that news is all about and privy about. So moving on, so ticker SIDU, this one's down 32.62%. This is what they do, so the aerospace and defense sector, and technically based on the news after hours yesterday, there was a pricing of the public offering, and yeah, this obviously never really goes well with any stock, so this is why it is going down. This company isn't heavily shorted either, so only 1.78% of the free float is being shorted. Right now, shorts are increasing about 500 shares, so nothing crazy. If you are looking at trading this with a 606, it is just between this S1 and the pivot. So 402 is going to be the next strong support, and then 944 was going to be that next strong resistance. So very wide gap, so there's going to be a lot of volatility today, but I don't anticipate either extreme being touched. And finally, this stock. So I did trade this stock because, yeah, it was very discounted. But at the same time, based on what just happened, this sell-off is somewhat justified. So it is down 21.09%, ticker's NYCB. So of course, whenever you have the CEO just abruptly leave, this is a very big red flag, especially what happens if a company has massive misses on earnings. So ultimately, that is exactly what did happen. So the CEO abruptly departs the company, and yeah, so ultimately that's a very bad red flag. This is what they do, in case you do not know, just one of the regional banks. And so this one got in heat, I believe, over the last quarter or whatever it is, especially due to their earnings. As far as shorting, it is somewhat getting up there. So 74,000 shares are being increased, 6.44% of the free float is being shorted, and 43.02 million shares overall are being shorted, and cost of borrow average is 1.28%. So this stock definitely isn't a squeeze play, but still shorts have been getting in over the last little bit. And with it at $3.72, it is between this S3 and this S2. So $2.50 is going to be the next strong support, and then $4.44 is going to be the next strong resistance. So similar, like I already mentioned, very wide gap, so a lot of volatility. So you could really stand to benefit, or potentially buy, because this is going to be very close to that low, so the 52-week low. And that's actually where I did buy. I originally bought at 368, and I kind of sold out, I believe it was at 430, something like that. So I didn't really catch the peak from that kind of rally, or the relief rally, if that makes sense. But still, maybe this might be a good time to potentially buy. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And one final thing, the promo that I've been sharing with you has been extended up until March the 31st. Simply sign up for an account with MULN for $100 to add it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So take advantage of this. And with all that said, appreciate all of you watching.